Standard form is just, like I said, another way to write a linear equation where you have ax plus by equals c. A cannot be 0. A cannot be negative. A cannot be a fraction. Seems like a lot of rules, right? So A, B, and C when we actually use them, will be values, right? But that's just like taking the place of coefficient, constant, right? So we're gonna, and then X and Y would be a point on the line that we would graph. So we're just gonna like jump in how to use this because it's not, there's nothing else to explain except this is what standard form is. This is how we're going to use it. So if you're given an equation written in standard form and it says graph it, right, you're going to need a strategy of how to graph that equation. Did you all grab a red color pencil? Yeah. Ish. So this is A, this is B, and this is C. A, B, and C. So that's where the AX plus BY equals C comes into play. A, B, and C. It can be red, orange, doesn't have to be exactly red. It can be some form of purple. Okay. So our goal is to rearrange the terms using inverse operations to transform into slope-intercept form. Which, just as a reminder, y equals mx plus b. Okay, so we're going to take this 3x plus 2y equals 7, and we're just going to use our inverse operations to shift things around to where we want them to go so that it's in slope-intercept form. So the first thing I need to do is get that x on the other side. So what am I going to do to move the 3x? Subtract 3x? Yep, I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. I'm going to have 2y equals, and I'm going to sneak this 3x here in front of the 7 so that's in mx plus b form, right? Just going to put it right there in front so we're closer to this y equals mx plus b. And then the y cannot have a coefficient, So what do I have to do to eliminate the coefficient of 2? Eden?
Subtract 2 from both sides.
I'm sorry?
Subtract 2 from both sides.
I'm not going to subtract it because it's being multiplied by the y. I'm going to divide everything by 2. Every term gets divided by 2. So now I have y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 7 over 2, which I leave as 7 over 2. I don't turn it into a decimal. I don't turn it into a mixed number. And now I have slope-intercept form. Ta-da! Right? So I could graph this now, right? I could plot 7 over 2 as my y-intercept, and then I could use the slope, negative 3 over 2, to make a few points, connect it, and I have a line. Pretty exciting, right? I can't really see your eyes, Nolan, but I'm pretty sure they're excited. Awesome. Okay, let's do another one. I'm going to go to the next page because I don't have room on this one. So I've got my A, my B, and my C for my standard form. You guys want to try this one by yourselves? Sure, go ahead. You work on it. I'll work on mine and we'll compare. Standard form. This is because that can be simplified into a whole number. Yeah. I would flip-flop them so in slope-intercept form so that if you then have to graph it, you can see your slope is. Just make sure you see y symbols before just rearrange them and make sure the symbols fit. Okay, I'm seeing lots of successes. Negative 4/3 x minus 4. Yeah? All right, let's do one more. Don't start on this yet. Just let it simmer. Who can tell me why this is not in standard form? What rule is it breaking? Hayden?
The 6x is negative.
Yeah, my A can't be negative. Right? So the first thing I have to do is change this so that the A is no longer negative. So I've got the negative 6x plus 5y equals 30. What can I do to each of these terms so that the 6 is no longer negative?
You can divide them off by the -1.
Divide everything by -1. And now I can change it into slope-intercept form. Okay. If you don't do that, you're going to end up with the wrong slope and the wrong y-intercept. So now I can subtract 6x from both sides. Divide by -5. Ta-da. Okay, you guys ready for some challenge questions? I can tell by your Tuesday enthusiasm. That's what we'll call it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, we're going to pretend like it's Wednesday. So we're going to put this page aside.
How about next week?
And now we're going to, I wish, right? Wouldn't that be nice, an e-learning day? Yeah. Tomorrow is late start, guys. Sorry to cut your birthday short, Cece. Sorry, Alex. Sorry, Wednesday. Hope you had a good day. All right, so now we've got some challenge problems. Linear equations challenge. Let's write and conversions so that when we write it in our table of contents, you know where to find the conversion pages because you're going to want them. PK, do you need to maybe move seats so you can see better?
I can see.
Okay. How about you, Addie? Do you want to come up here for right now? Where are your glasses? Okay.
See your phone, guys?
But you're going to give yourself a headache, and you're actually going to make your vision worse. I know it's hard to understand as a 13/ or 14-year-old, but okay. Are you sure you can see everything? Because I don't want your math to be affected. Okay. Let's see here. How are we going to do this? Okay. First thing we're going to do is write an equation in slope-intercept form. So I'm going to give you random pieces of information, and you're going to write it in slope-intercept form. Cool? Okay, so if I give you 2 points, what I want you to do is think about everything you know about slope-intercept, point slope, and standard form, and tell me how can you use these 2 points to create an equation in slope-intercept form. Don't say it out loud. Just think to yourself, what kind of strategies could I use? What do we need for slope-intercept form? Slope and the y-intercept. Okay, so let's start with slope. How can I find the slope from these 2 points? What can I do? You could look back in your jam and see if there's anything that might give you a little hint. I'm going to call on you, Vince, but I'm going to let everybody look back in their jams for a second, see if they can come up with the answer too. Don't say it yet. Okay, Vince, what do you think? Yep. Okay, so first we're going to find the slope. So we're going to do m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. How many people got to that point? Like in their mind, they were like, this is what I need to do. Awesome. Okay, so remember, we're going to label x1, y1, x2, y2, so that we don't make any mistakes when we're filling in the formula here. Okay, so we have the slope at the start. Now I just need the intercept part. Remember, the intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis, and our x value would be 0. So are either of these 2 points our y-intercept? No. No, unfortunately they're not. But luckily, I have another form that I can put the slope and a point into. Point slope. Yeah. And then I can solve and put it into slope intercept. Are you guys with me? Yeah? So y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. This is point slope, right? So
I slightly remember.
we did this yesterday.
Oh, we did.
Woo! It was in point slope. You were here. It was the zombie thing where you were given something in point slope and you had to put it into. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Okay. So here's. Don't worry about it. It's not anytime soon. Okay. So here's the thing. We have 2 points to choose from. I don't care which one you put into point slope. You could do 5-2 or you could do 10-4. We're still going to get the same answer. Okay? I usually just use the first one I see. That's just where my brain goes, left to right. I'm going to use this one. If you use this one, it's fine. We're still going to get the same answer. Does everybody understand? Okay. So I'm going to do y minus y1. So y minus 2 equals 2/5 times x minus 5. Right? And now we distribute. Y minus 2 equals 2/5 x. And then we have to figure out, well, what's 2/5 of 5? So 2/5, 2 times 5 is 10, divided by 5 is 2. Not done yet.
Oh, yeah.
Then I have to add the 2 to both sides. Y equals 2/5 x. What's my y-intercept going to be?
0.
Yep. So there's my equation in slope-intercept form. Ta-da! Who's excited? Me. Kind of, ish. The -2 and the 2 cancel out, so there's no y-intercept. So that tells me that the line is going to go through the origin. Yeah? Okay, let's do another one. Yep, we'll do another one. Same process. So we've got 2 points. We're going to write them into slope-intercept form. It's going to be great. Do you guys want to do this alone?
Yes.
Kinda?
Yes.
Okay, well, we're going to do the exact same process we did for number 1. We're first going to find our slope. Then we're going to put it into point slope. Just pick a point, whichever one you want to use. And then you're going to distribute and solve for y. You got this. You got this. At least get started by yourself. Some great mapping.
Wait, what? Give me a second. Yes, you did. I didn't say
All right. Drum roll. Negative 2x plus 5. That should be a plus 5. Plus 5. Who's feeling really good about this? Yeah? Are you kind of like, don't be surprised. Landon, how'd you do? So this was probably where most mistakes were made that I saw here. The minus -1 actually becomes a plus. So -2 times +1 gives you a -2. All right, let's go on to the next page. What? No, this is still Wednesday. It's still Wednesday. Don't worry. Okay.
What does that mean? What are we doing tomorrow?
Practice. No. No test. Your brain's getting a workout. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, we've already worked out our brain all day.
Write the equation of the line in standard form. This is so exciting. You guys are doing great. You're converting. You're making those connections in your brain. It's wonderful. Yeah, right? Thank you. It feels good to me, too, when you guys get the answer right. Like, you learned something.
Is that an 11?
It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you videoing it?
What?
Are you videoing the notes?
I sure am. Yep. For our at-home viewers, don't forget to like
And subscribe.
subscribe. I know you'll unsubscribe. It's okay. I can't get past 50 subscribers, but it's cool.
Do you think eventually you'll have like 100?
No, because everyone's like, oh, I'll subscribe, and then like they go home and they unsubscribe. So
If they unsubscribe, you should be
I don't know who subscribes and unsubscribes. Okay. So this one has an added layer of fun. Right? We need this in standard form. So really quick, let's look at this last one we just did. I would only have one extra step to put this into standard form. What would I have to do to get this in ax plus by equals c form? Yes.
Add the x value.
I would have to add this over here. So that being said, you're going to do the exact same thing we just did, only you have one extra step at the end where you have to then rearrange it into standard form. You can do it. You can do it. Okay, so we're going to find the slope. We're going to put it into point slope form. Then we're going to put it into slope intercept form. And then you're going to put it into standard form. It's magical. You can do it. I have all the confidence in the world.
I
Okay,
don't know where to go. I don't know how to make it into standard form once it's in slope intercept.
so if you look back at this one, you remember standard form is ax plus by equals c, right? So all I would have to do is add this 2x over here, and I would have 2x plus y equals 5. That's standard form. So the only thing I have to do is just put this over here. You just add it, like inverse operation style, and then you're done. That's it. So right now, at least on your own, put it into slope-intercept form, but know that you're not done yet if you're not sure how to put it into standard form. Okay, yes.
When you find a slope, we can simplify it, right? So like, I know that that's sort of there, but do you want us to simplify the slope?
Always simplify. Yes. Okay, you got this. Screen is frozen. Every person for themselves. I don't know. I'm working it out myself. So just keep going.
So once you worked out like the x and the y's and the x1 and y1 stuff like that, you guys get 1.5. I simplified there.
I know you're probably not that far, but that's how you make it. I would add the 1/2. I mean, subtract the 1/2 and then put it on my side.
And then you just stop right there.
Okay.
You're almost done.
Oh, because it's not negative. I mean,
Well, hold on. Let me see what you did.
can that be negative? Because I subtracted the 1/2. Or would I have to multiply everything by?
You have to multiply everything by -2 so that becomes a positive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Addie, hey Addie, hey Addie. Hey Addie. Yeah. Hey Addie. Oh my gosh, are you for real? Hey. Yeah, I know.
I feel like you guys are lying. I just followed my own.
I got it right too. Okay, what you do?
What do I do after I get
Okay, let's regroup. I'll be right back. We're gonna go over it right now. Okay, so I'm gonna show you my almost answer. I have one more step. I'm not quite done, so don't look at mine and then erase your answers like I know you guys like to do. I have one more step left, but this is where I am right now. Okay, -1/2x plus y equals 8. I'm not done yet though, because if you remember from yesterday's notes, a cannot be negative or a fraction. So what can I do to this entire equation here so that a is no longer negative or a fraction? What can I do, Nolan? Not quite, because I'd still have a fraction. So you're close. Remember, I have to get rid of that fractional part.
Multiply by -2.
I'm going to multiply everything by -2, right? Cannot have a negative or fraction for a. So I'm going to multiply everything by -2. So I'm just going to distribute this negative 2 on its merry little way across everything. And I'm going to get x minus 2y equals negative 16. Okay, so who said I'm confused now?
Me.
Okay,
Well,
so tell me where the breakdown was. Because you were cool up to here, right?
How'd you get it set
Well,
up like that?
Well, yeah, what I had is I ended up having it as y equals 1/2 x plus 8.
Great.
But then I don't get anything else after that.
Okay, so in order to get this into ax plus by equals c form, I just have to move this term with the x, because here's my a, and I'm going to subtract it over here.
Okay.
So now I have ax plus by, my b value is 1. It's not really, I don't have to show a coefficient of 1, equals c.
Wait, well, how did you know that the b was 1?
Because it's like any variable that, there's always a secret 1 hiding there, right? You just don't have to put,
that y is the b?
that's the b.
Oh, okay.
Like the number in front of it is the b.
Okay.
Right. So then I can't have a negative or a fraction. So I'm going to multiply it by 2 to get rid of the fraction and make it a negative 2 to get rid of the negative. So when I multiply everything, negative 2 times negative 1/2 is going to give me 1. So my a now is a secret hiding 1.
Can you multiply any number to that to make it positive?
I mean, you could have multiplied it times negative 4, anything that can be divided by 2,
Okay.
so that it becomes a whole number. And then that would be your standard form. So if I took this standard form and I turned it back into slope-intercept, it's going to be back up here. Once I do that. Right? Forward, backward. And then for added fun, we can now smell whatever they're doing on the roof. So that's fun.
Yeah, that actually sounds great.
What?